Hi everybody, this is just a quick video to give you all a bit of a heads up of some of the activities students will do for Quick Think Maths, and all you'll need are things that you'll find inside your maths education pack, like your number grid, dice. You've got a make your own dice template in there, otherwise you might have one in a board game, and some of the activities need things like counters as well, but you can use anything that you find in the backyard or at home, like rocks or sticks or peas or paddle pops, anything you can get your hands on. So sit back, watch the video, and get an idea of how to do some quick think maths. Good luck. So first up today, we're talking about making 10. To do this in our Quick Think Maths, it's a great idea to have 10 items ready. Today I'm using counters, but you could use anything at home, from rocks to peas to paddle pop sticks, anything you can find. So I'm just going to make sure I have 10 here. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 across the top row. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I can see I have 5 and 5 making 10. Let's see if I can split them up into two groups to make a sum that shows one way I can make 10. So let's take these two off here and let's move those over there. So now I can see I have 2. I'm going to write that. Here we go. I have 2. We might actually swap them over the sides that they are. So there's my 2. And let's see how many we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can now say that's 2 plus 8 equals 10. Let's see if we can split those up in a different way to make a new sum. Maybe I'll put one more over here. So now I can see I have 3 here. 3 plus, let's see what we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I know I have 3 plus 7 equals 10. And you can do all sorts of combinations with moving your counters around to practice making 10. Hi guys, this time we're talking about the making of the next 5 numbers activity. For this one, it's handy to have 2 dice, but if you don't, you might pick numbers out of a deck of cards, or you might just put some numbers in a hat and pull them out. So I'm going to roll my dice first to see what number I can get. Here we go. All right, I got a 3 and a 6. So I'm going to do the number 63. I might put a box around that so I know that's my starting number. I now need to think about the next 5 numbers that come after 63. I can use my number grid, or I can think of what comes next. So I know after 63 I have 64. I might put a bit of a comma in between them. And then I know after 64 I have 65. I'll do another comma. And then I know I have 66. And another comma. Then we have 67. And lastly, we have 68. So I've done my next 5 numbers. I'm going to have one more go and roll the dice again. So this time I got a 6 and a 2. So I might change it up and put the 2 in the front and say I've got the number 27. 6. So after 26, I know I have the number 27. And then after that, we know we have 28. Then we have 29. Then we have 30. Then we have 31. So far, I've done 2 numbers and worked out the next 5 numbers. So it's your turn to have a go now and see how many you can do in your few minutes of quick think maths time. Good luck. Hi guys, this time we're talking about ordering numbers. So we're going to use our dice. We're going to roll those 5 times to come up with 5 different numbers, and we're going to put them in order. We can use our number grid like this, which has been included in your pack. So I'm going to roll the dice the first time. I got a 3 and a 3. So I'm going to say the first number I have is 33. I'll put a box around that one. Let's roll again. I got a number 5 and a 3. So I might put the 5 at the front and say my number is 53. I'll roll again. I have a 4 and a 5. So I'm going to say my next number is 45. I have 3 numbers so far. Let's go again. I got a 6 and a 1. So I'll say my number is 61. And I have 1 more number to go. A 2 and a 5. So my last number is 25. I have to think about which is my smallest number and which is my biggest number. I'm going to look at the tens numbers first to give me a clue. So 25 is going to be my smallest. I'm going to put a tick next to that because I've already done that one. So now I look at my tens again. I see I have 1 in the 30s, 1 in the 50s, 1 in the 40s, and 1 in the 60s. So the 30s has to be my next one. So there is 33. I can put a tick there. Now I have 1 in the 50s, 40s, and 60s. The 40s has to go next. 45. Tick. Then I look at the last 2. I have 1 in the 50s and 1 in the 60s. And the 60s is the biggest, so it has to be 53 next. And I can put a tick there. And lastly, we have 61 as the last number. So I've gone from smallest to biggest. See how many times you guys can do that with 5 numbers in your Quick Think Maths time. Good luck! Hi guys, now we're talking about skip counting. So we can practice doing our skip counting in 2s, 5s, 10s, or if we're feeling really challenged, we can even try 3s. So today I'm using a number grid, I'm using a clearboard and a texter. But you could use something to place on your number grid like a rock or something from your fridge or something in your house to help you at home. So I'm going to start skip counting by 2s. So if I'm skip counting by 2, I know 2 is my first number. And then if I skip 1 and then go to the next one, I end up at 4. And then if I skip again, 1, 2, I end up at 6. And then if I skip count again, I end up at 8. And then if I skip count by 2 again, I end up at 9, then 10. And then 12, and then 14, and then 16, and then 18. And you guys could keep going until you've filled up your whole board. Once you've done that, you're going to start writing the numbers in order because it's a really good skill. So my first number is 2. I'm going to do a comma in between as well. My next number is 4. So I'm going to write a number 4 and then do a comma. My next number is 6. So I'm going to write 6 and then do a comma. And my next number is 8. So I'll write 8 and do a comma. And after 8, I end up at 10. So I write 10 and do a comma. And then after that, we get to 12, then a comma, and then 14, comma, and 16, and my last one will be 18. And you would keep going until your time for Quick Think Maths is finished. And like I said, you can practice doing it by 2s, 5s, 10s, or even 3s. Good luck, everybody. Hi everybody, this time we're looking at the sums for addition activity. You're going to choose a number between 5 and 15 and you're going to see how many sums you can do to make that number. Today I've chosen the number 12. It's one of my favourites. I've already got 12 counters here. You could use anything from your backyard or house to help you instead. I've already split my 12 counters up into 2 equal groups. I've got 6 and 6, double 6. So I know 6 plus 6 equals 12. I can move one more block over to this side and have one less block over here. So I now know that I have 5 there. But I have one more block here, which makes 7. So we now know that 5 plus 7 equals 12. Let's try it with one more. So I've now got one less block here, but one more block here. 4 plus 8 equals 12 again. So it's now your turn to choose a number and move your counters around to see how many sums you can do for your Quick Think Maths. Good luck!